What's up, everybody? Coming out with the Black Panther Wakanda Forever spoiler review. We dropped our non-spoiler already, but we wanted to give it some time until more people watch the movie. So now we're dropping our actual spoiler review. And
we literally just finished watching the movie.
Yeah,
like literally right now. So everything is in our head. So we're probably gonna be all over the place.
Yeah. So I don't even know where to start, to be honest. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. They decided the movie off with explaining his death.
Yeah.
They
didn't really say what it was.
They didn't say what it was, which is
probably
the
like
best.
cancer.
They said in
A disease.
and
unidentified disease or something.
Yeah, I think the best thing they could have done better than him dying in battle, because they would have had to explain too much. So
yeah, like someone had to be strong enough to kill him and stuff.
Yeah, and everybody knew that he was dead. So they addressed it. They did a ceremony for him.
Yeah.
Which was great because it was like a ceremony for the character and also the actor.
Yeah.
Like it was an opportunity for the actors, saying bye to him in the movie. And then when they showed the Marvel logo, it was just videos of him. I thought that was fire.
Really, yeah, it was beautiful.
But like when that appeared on the screen, like it was silent. Like everybody was just singing the moment in. And that was really great.
Yeah. What can I even say? I mean, I'm glad that they did it, and they did it that way, and I'm glad that they did it. To be honest, they didn't. Although the movie was in his honor, I'm glad that they didn't focus on him dying as the whole movie and stuff.
Yeah.
You can definitely felt his presence, and you honestly felt his presence missing. In my non-spoiler review, I talked about how you felt how you kind of needed a character to really be like that main guy, that main person in the story. Probably in the movies going forward is gonna be Shuri, but it was interesting how they did it. It was really a group movie if you take a look at it. Like, yeah, Shuri became Black Panther, and then M'Baku, whatever, King or whatever, and then Ramonda. I mean, she was the queen for most of the movie, but I honestly think that it was really a group effort as a movie, and I think that was good for them too, because it's probably very difficult to make.
Yeah.
Everyone in that movie really, really, loved Chadwick, including the director. Everyone in the movie was, they were legitimately like his friends.
And I wasn't really sure how we were gonna start the plot, how we were gonna move from that to then a new threat coming, but it made sense because at the end of Black Panther 1, they T'Challa opened up to the world. He talked to them. He kind of started associating himself with the rest of the world, and it makes sense that now that the world, we're greedy people. We hear that vibranium, something that can create weapons exists. We want to get it. Every single nation wants to get it for themselves.
Yeah.
So that become the most powerful one. So it makes sense that the reason that the world conflicts with Wakanda, and then a new person comes in because somebody else have a vibranium that we didn't know about, and a third plot of the movie, I would say it was the world thing is Wakanda. Like that was touched. It wasn't like the main plot, but it was under there, and I just like the way that Namor came in because of that.
Yeah.
And then I like the fact that Namor didn't just pull up and say, "Oh, I want to kill Wakanda," because I feel like there was some backstory to him. There was some reason. It made sense.
Everything made sense. That's really what I love about it. Like, literally, to me, it felt so real. And I'm gonna touch on the civilization, Namor's people. That legitimately felt so real. Look, I really honestly love how they did Atlantis and Aquaman, but that was his own thing, and I'm glad they went a completely different direction with this. That one was a super CGI heavy, beautiful. I'm not saying it was worse or better. Yeah. I'm just saying it was unique to that piece, to that movie. But for this, it felt so real, bro. Like, it felt so lived in. Like, you saw structures under the sea. They were old. You felt them old. You felt like they were weathered by the water. Like, everything just felt so real. The use of the animals, like the whales and stuff. Like, everything really, really, truly felt real, lived in. You saw the civilization, and I loved the influences from Aztec, from Mayans, and then just Latin American culture. We're Hispanic, so obviously that we really appreciate stuff like that. We really appreciate inclusion. We don't see many Hispanic characters. It was cool that Tenek Huerta, he really did an incredible job. I honestly think he was incredible. I think he did great.
Definitely, man. Like you said, it felt like a real civilization. The people there, they were together, kind of like the Wakandans, you know. And the Wakandans meant a lot for when Black Panther 1 came out. It was a really meaningful movie for the Black community, and I feel like Namor and the civilization is gonna mean a lot for the Hispanic community and people in there,
especially Mexicans and just people from Latin America.
Yeah, and I always love that. I don't like it obviously when it feels forced, but here it didn't feel forced at all, and this is the right way to do it. I would say if you're not doing inclusivity and you're not represent like a community that's not really represented in movies, I think that's how you do it. And besides that, Namor was just great action. The fact that he could fly and he was powerful.
Oh, how do you feel about him being a mutant? I mean, we're talking about spoilers. I mean, he was a mutant in the comics.
I mean, I don't know much about X-Men, but it's just cool that they're like starting to drop hints slowly.
I mean, he has nothing to do with the X-Men.
No,
but I got.
But it's just the mutants. You hear the word mutants, you immediately think of X-Men. I like this dropping like the word's being dropped. So
I mean, it's comic accurate that he's old, that he's super old.
Yeah,
that's normal in the comics. Like he literally fought with like Captain America, like in the comics. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Like I'm saying, like it all makes sense. Him becoming a mutant also makes sense. He probably would have been born a mutant regardless. I think the heart-shaped herb didn't necessarily make him a mutant. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think he would have probably been a mutant regardless. I'm not saying that didn't also lead to him, being able to breathe water and this and that. But the thing is that he was completely different from all the other people, from all the other, everyone else in his civilization. He was completely different. And so I feel like that's why, I feel like even if he didn't drink the heart-shaped herb, because all the other people were born after in the ocean and stuff, all the young people, they were born in the ocean and stuff. So I don't think that had anything.
He was just different.
He was just a mutant, which made sense.
Yeah, something that I love about the movie is the way that Shuri became Black Panther. Because obviously everybody had a question about that, how they're going to introduce a new Black Panther. The Shuri becoming Black Panther makes sense. But I like the fact that they didn't rush it, and they took the time of it. They took Shuri through an emotional journey.
Yeah.
Obviously, the beginning with the loss of her brother, and then later on, which surprised me, the loss of the mom. And
I didn't expect her mom to die at all.
When that happened, I was like, wow, like they really went for it, and that sent Shuri into like a kind of reminded me of Spider-Man in No Way Home, when Aunt May died and he became so hateful and revengeful. Shuri went through that same journey. And I like the talk from Baku when she was like, "Well, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna like," and then Baku looked at her like, "I love you, mom," but like the classic line of, "I don't think she'll want this for you." And it was one of those things that you knew she wasn't going to do it, but the movie still made you want to see.
Because you felt like she was different. I mean, she's always been different. She's always been like, she's not the type to respect that much like her like her cultures, like the way of them being, you know what I'm saying? She's not really like, she's more modern. She doesn't really like respect her culture as much as her mom and her family and stuff. So she's different, maybe she just goes about things differently.
You saw a more emotional side of Mbaku, a more like vulnerable side, and then at the end when obviously she chose to not kill Namor, and then they came back together, just like the look on Mbaku's face of being proud of her. I thought that was really cool. This definitely made me love her character a lot more.
Yeah, I'm also glad that it made sense. I mean, it would have made sense if she would have stayed being queen, because she's been through such a big journey throughout the movie. But it's very much alluded to that M'Baku is going to become the king of Wakanda. That makes sense. M'Baku meant a lot to T'Challa, and T'Challa did a big part in reuniting the Jabari tribe and obviously the Wakandans. And I think that's a good way to integrate both kingdoms, as the king of Wakanda completely. And I like him as a king. He looks like an idiot, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like a dummy, but this is a smart man. He's well read. We noticed in the movie, and he's the leader of the Jabari tribe for a reason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He is the king for a reason. People respect him. T'Challa respected him a lot. He respected him enough to not kill him in this movie, and so it made sense that he's gonna be the king of Wakanda. And look, Shuri, I don't think she would have been a bad queen, especially since she's been through so much.
Yeah,
but she's still a bit young. And M'Baku, he's a guy that's been through a lot. He's obviously been through. He's been a king before, so it just made sense that he's probably gonna become the king of Wakanda.
Yeah, and it goes to what you were saying about her being different, like her not just following the path they would expect her to take. She's modern. She makes her own decisions.
And then it was cool that Michael B. Jordan was in the movie. Killmonger was in it, and it made
surprise.
Big
surprise.
Yeah, it was a big surprise.
Like it makes sense. Like when you think about it, he was such a big part of the first movie. And I thought they brought him back in an interesting way. Like, they didn't... He's not alive. He's still dead.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously, when she went into the world, the afterworld, I guess you would call it, that's the last person you would expect to see. Obviously, you're expecting the mom. You're expecting...
Yeah.
No, obviously not.
Not T'Challa, but I get you. I was looking expecting T'Challa a little bit. I don't know why.
But it had to be like a CGI.
Yeah,
that could get a bit messy. So, I just like that moment. It was like... what
It made
is he gonna
sense.
decide?
Yeah, it made sense.
And
For sure.
talking about characters, we talked a little bit in the non-spoiler review about Riri Williams, Ironheart. Great introduction, super cool character. I'm excited for a show now.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are making fun of her suit, but I didn't have a problem with it.
I didn't like the face that much.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's gonna get better. You know, it was the first aside. It then looked a little bit like a Power Ranger suit, but I like that she was in the final fight. And
I'm glad that they went. That it looked different. It didn't feel like an Iron Man suit. That's
exactly.
Yeah. So
now
that's
we're
good.
talking about like this. Obviously, we're big Iron Man fans, especially me. But it feels like his own thing. Obviously, the similarities are there.
Yeah, of course.
But she's not stepping on anybody's toes. So definitely didn't have a problem with her character at all.
Oh, let's talk about T'Challa's son.
Oh yeah, I bet. I mean, we kind of expected it a little bit. Like I heard rumors that he had a son, like off screen.
It's different from the comics. Like I told you, in the comics, he has a kid with Storm, if I'm not incorrect, and his name is Azuri. I'm pretty sure. So they named him T'Challa. To be honest, the part that made me the most emotional in the movie was when he said, "I'm T'Challa, son of T'Challa." That honestly got me. Like it really, really got me. Like it gives me chills now. Like that part really, really got me, and it made sense. Abram was asking me about that a little bit after the movie. He's like, "Oh, how were they together?"
Like when was he like made?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, just give it that.
I just felt like, I mean, they said that he wanted to be away. Like he didn't want to be raised in the pressure of becoming king.
Well, yeah, T'Challa didn't want him to be raised.
Yeah, so they raised him away. I mean,
which makes sense.
And him and Nakia, they looked like they had a relationship in the other movie.
Nah, definitely didn't. It was just they didn't show too much of it, but
which is good because exactly. That's also a good thing I feel like. And then that could have either been done after or before the blip. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, but it really. I wasn't like, oh, this is impossible. No, it's not impossible because we didn't. There was like a long period of time, for example, between Infinity War, the end of Endgame, to all the way to
now, to when he died in the
because we don't really know when he died.
Yeah, they didn't say a year, so
and I don't know how old the kid is. He looked probably like around 5 or something.
I don't know exactly where that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind that happening. I thought it was a cool little ending.
Yeah.
You know, especially because the mom is dead, the dad is dead, and now he's dead. It's cool that Shuri has like a little family. You know,
Yeah.
now she has somebody she can love and raise and all of that. And I think she's gonna be living with Nakia, right? If I'm not wrong. That was like the end of the movie here.
No, I don't think she's gonna live.
Well,
like to me, like it just everything felt so real, and it was such a breath of fresh air.
Man, it was good to have like the MCU feeling back. This definitely felt MCU.
It's just, man, you know, let's ignore She-Hulk, but even like Love and Thunder, bro. What they did with that movie, it's like it's so disappointing.
And the shows, like
because look, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, that was whatever. It was good, but it wasn't like, you know, it's not like
Like I didn't get too mad about it. I watched
and it still felt like the MCU. Nothing there. I was like, oh, what is that? You know, like She-Hulk. Like, but Love and Thunder, man. You know, like not to get into too much into Love and Thunder,
but it's just the fact that it was like Love and Thunder and then like She-Hulk, like a bit too close.
Yeah, and
a bit too like goofy.
Very goofy. And the problem with that is like, man, I hope like I'm just gonna say this real quick. I just hope like they say that that was like in Korg's point of view, because if you make character,
because like
Thor felt so stupid.
Thor's probably gonna come out in the next movie like normal again.
Yeah,
and it's
that doesn't make sense.
It's like why?
The thing is that I talked about it in the podcast, and I mean we posted clips about it and stuff. If you take a look at Thor from the first movie, what does he have to do? He's a serious ass guy. He has good at
he got a bit more funny, but he was still serious.
Yeah, he was still serious. Look at him in
core, he was still like the same person.
And I just feel like they did such a great job of building him up again, and making him unique, making him his own character, a strong leader for his people, and then just to bring him back down again to a goofy ass dude.
I don't know why, bro. Dude, I love his art.
Well, let's not talk too much about
facts. We're gonna talk about every movie eventually. In our podcast, but you know we always go off on tangents.
Yeah, for sure. Which is not bad.
Just to wrap everything up. I don't think I have a lot more to say. I loved all the characters, and honestly, I feel like this movie's a bit hard to talk about because it is so much. Like that, but that's why it's so impressive how they made it all work at the end of the day.
Yeah,
nothing felt out of place, but a lot happened, and we just watched it, so we haven't like fully gathered our thoughts. We haven't put it together,
which is good. I mean, sometimes it's good to just talk. You know,
sometimes
it's good to have a conversation with you guys.
Just talk about the movie, like.
I really, really think it worked for me, man. I'm seeing like the reviews, and it didn't work that well for a lot of people. But man, I don't know. Maybe I'm like being biased or something.
Nah,
I just watched it, but it really worked.
I'm impressed, man. They did a great job with what they had. But yeah, great movie.
Yeah,
it was a great movie experience.
Before I go, I just want to say this channel is getting a lot of like, it's gonna feel very different very soon. And what I mean by that, we're gonna do, we're thinking of making. I mean, we talked a little bit about it in the vlog, but I think we're thinking of making this into just a movie channel.
In general, yeah, because we like other stuff besides Marvel, and we would love to talk about it, especially shows like for example, like I said, Breaking Bad and stuff like that. We love all those shows, and we want to talk about it here.
Oh, and a lot of content is dropping this week as well.
Yeah, especially Black Panther came out. A lot of thoughts
about
about
it. The podcast. So.
And then since this is the last movie in Phase 4, we're doing a Phase 4 movie ranking.
And then when we watch the holiday special, we were thinking of making that
like
and, everything Phase 4. And
so it's gonna be coming out soon. So
thank you guys so much for watching.